This is going to be a video to help you find the least common multiple of two numbers. So let's look at a couple examples. The first example I have is 18 and 12. I need to find the least common multiple of 18 and 12. Now the method I'm going to use to find the least common multiple is what I call upside down division. I know that 18 and 12 both are even numbers. Since they're even, I know I can divide both of those numbers by 2. Here's what I mean by upside down division. I'm going to make an upside down division bar, and I'm going to put 2 on the outside because 2 divides both of those numbers. And then I'm going to ask 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So I'm left with 2 more numbers, 6 and 9. I'd be done if 6 and 9 didn't have any factors besides 1. But 6 and 9 both have a factor of 3. So I'm going to divide both 6 and 9 by 3. When I do that, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now to find the least common multiple, I always multiply the L. But before I do that, I need to make sure that I'm all done. If I look at 2 and 3, both 2 and 3 have only one common factor, and that's going to be number 1. So what I'm going to do is multiply my L. So when I multiply my L, I'm going to highlight the L that you're going to multiply. This L right here on the outside is the L I want to multiply. And when I do that, 2 times 3 times 2 times 3, and my least common multiple of 18 and 12 is going to be 36. Let's look at the next problem. In this case, I have 9 and 15. I know that 3 divides both 9 and 15, so I'm going to put the 3 on the outside. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is going to be 5. Now, the only number that divides both 3 and 5 is going to be 1. So I'm all finished except for making my L and multiplying it. So let's make my L. 3 times 3 times 5. And when I do that, 3 times 3 is 9 times 5 is going to be equal to 45. Let's do one last problem. The last one I have is I'm going to find the least common multiple of 30 and 45. Just like before, I make my upside down division bar. Now since 5 and 30 and 45 both end in a 5 or a 0, I know that 5 divides both of those numbers. When I divide both numbers, I'll take 30 divided by 5 and get 6. 45 divided by 5 and get 9. I'm done if the only number that divides 9 and 6 is 1. But there is another number that divides both 9 and 6, and that's 3. So I'm going to divide 9 and 6 by 3. 6 divided by 3 will be 2. 9 divided by 3 is going to be 3. Now I'm left with 2 and 3. And the only number that divides both 2 and 3 is going to be 1. So I am all done with this process except for multiplying my L. So let's highlight the L that I multiply. 5 times 3 times 2 times 3. And let's see if we can figure that out. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. And 30 times 3 is going to be 90. So my least common multiple of 30 and 45 is going to be 90.